Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to be here with Jennifer Benoit. We have launched a new course for 365 Zing, and Jennifer is our instructor. Again, with 365 Zing, it was really important for us to have instructors that look like the audience, who could take into context some of the things that we're dealing with. So Jennifer has built a class specifically for mothers. And this class, just to sign up for the class, there is a level of accountability that has to happen because this is for the class that it's for mothers who feel they're about to burn out, right? So signing up means that, hey, step one, I acknowledge that I'm in this space where I need support. So I'm going to let Jennifer introduce herself, introduce the why, the how, and what to expect over the course of the next 6 weeks.
All right, thank you, sis. So, like Nzinga said, I am leading the class for the next 6 weeks by the name of Exhale. First of all, let me introduce myself and talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. My name is Jennifer Benoit, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm also a certified life coach. Most importantly, I'm a new mom to an 8-month-old. And the reason that I developed this specific course when Nzinga asked me to join is because I felt I needed something like this when I was just starting out and I didn't know what was going on. To mother at any time is challenging, but to start your mothering journey during a pandemic, let's just say the word unique comes to mind. Unique challenges definitely have come into play. And I wanted to provide a space where women can feel as if the life that they're leading is manageable, regardless of the amount of support that you may or may not have, regardless of the amount of kids that you may or may not have, regardless of your work situation. It's less about changing the external circumstances because most of us are in predicaments that we can't really do anything about, right? But more about changing our mindsets as well as specific patterns that play out in our lives that can start to help us yield different results and just find joy in the moment. Even in the messiness, even in the chaos, we can still find ourselves in a space of utter gratitude, joy, and even peace. But there definitely has to be some intention around that. So I created this program for moms who are not just stressed, but on the brink of, if you don't give me some type of solution, I'm about to go crazy. And I've been there. Trust me, I have. And so I welcome moms who are in that space or who want to take preventative measures so that they don't end up in that space as well.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the course itself? This course is a little bit more unique than other courses that we have on the app in the sense that there are live weekly sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So could you speak to how that breaks down and what they should expect for this course?
Sure. So Exhale is an acronym. So the first week we're establishing the baseline. We're going to go through your inner and external resources. We're going to establish a baseline of where you at in terms of your stress level so that we can measure it at the end. And we're really going to take stock of what you're working with right now. Week two, which is the X, is we're going to X-ray your mindset. So in what ways is your mentality hindering you, or your mindset hindering you from getting the most out of where you are right now? Like I said, it's less about trying to change everything around us because so many things in our life are out of our control right now, and more about trying to orient our mind in a way that will allow us to get the most out of what we have, and also rewrite our stories. So we're going to go through some victim mindset type of activities, and we'll break that down further on. The H is for healing unhealthy narratives, which really has to do with where do we see not only certain patterns playing out in terms of our mothering, but in other aspects of our lives. And how can we start to change those patterns, not by simply looking outside of us and saying, so and so needs to do more of this, or my kids are a headache, But how is it that we can put ourselves in a hero position and the creator position where we're creating solutions versus waiting for other people to rescue us? The A is alter habits. So there's certain things that we need to put in place as well. You know, we need to train the people around us and create structures and systems that work for us. So establishing boundaries, learning how to communicate in a healthy way to ask for what we want, um, learning to identify our feelings and express them, things like that, things that we would think are just, you know, common sense and we can all do that. But sometimes it's the way that we communicate with other people and we ask for what we need that really can make a shift um, in getting the results that we want. And then we get to the HALE. What is the L? Live in alignment with your values and your vision. And so this is the part where we start to, after we're making certain changes, now we're creating the new, you know, what is it that we actually want versus just removing what we don't want. Now, what do we want to create for our lives? So this is where we're aligning with the values that the value systems that we find at our core most important to us, and aligning also with the vision that we have for our lives. And that spills over, not just in terms of your motherhood and your parenting, but in other aspects of your life. That's one of the major ways that we start to tap into our joy and tap into our peace. And last but not least is the E. So, what does the last E stand for?
You want me to
It's
tell
gonna
you?
come to me. It's gonna come to me.
I can pull it up in
Um,
the app.
you can look it up, right?
Yeah, I can.
Um,
So the
he, he,
last E is execute a plan.
there you go. Execute the plan. So we're setting the foundation. The first 5 weeks, we're talking about the things that are not working. We're looking at the ways that we're showing up. We're looking at the habits that are not working for us, and we are aligning ourselves with what we do want versus just, you know, talking about the things that we don't want. And so the plan is where we're executing it in the sixth session, and we're also going back to the original parental stress scale that we implemented on the first week to see what changes have taken place over the course of the 6 weeks. There's also going to be homework assignments. And if you don't like the word homework, we can always say something else like fun activities to do. But really, it's your chance to practice the things that we're talking about in session in real time. Because, like I tell my therapy clients, the work, the majority of the work really takes place outside of the classroom. And what you do with the information it is that you're able to get while we meet together as a group. Another component of this program that I really, really like is the idea that fellow moms will share with each other and be able to relate to one another. So it's not just me teaching you, but it's a really, really, hopefully, it'll be a super engaged process where everyone is giving to the other person and we're holding each other accountable for the plans that we set for our lives. So, in that way, there's also a community aspect that's being built out through this program, which is really cool because oftentimes as moms, we can feel isolated and alone and like we're the only ones going through certain things.
Thank you. I feel like I need it, but I'm not a mom. But I'm really excited to have you, Jennifer, and offering such an amazing class. One of our first launched in terms of like live happenings, and it was the class that people who didn't subscribe to the app were trying to get onto. So if you are interested in this class, we are asking that we're not opening it to people who are not on the app. We're only opening it to
No.
people who are on the app because there's other things that the app will support you in as you try to come into more alignment. And so we forward to seeing you on the other side of the 6 weeks and have a
Yes.
wonderful day.
Thank you. See you later.
Later.